visualization stage of event planning is really when you're setting the expectations, you're learning from your client, and you're kind of understanding what they want out of their guest experience. It's your best chance to really understand your client's wants and needs for the look and feel of their event, and it's also your chance to really get them to trust you and to make them know that you're here to serve them, you're here to help them, and you're here to ask all the right questions that they might not necessarily have thought of. When I set up a meeting to meet a client for the first time, there are some general expectations that we have for each other. I'm expecting a client to show up to our first meeting with at least a vague or general idea of how they want their event to go. How do they want it to look and feel? How do they want their guests to feel when they arrive? What types of things do they want to provide to their guests? They don't necessarily need to have all the details, but I do like to walk away with a general understanding of the scope of the event. What is their budget? How much time do they want to spend on site at the event? How much preparation is this going to take, and how many vendors are they hoping to pull in to work with for this particular event? When I first meet a client, the first question I ask is, can you give me 3 words to describe your event? It's just a really nice way of breaking the ice, getting even just like the tiniest little example or detail from a client, and then taking that and building upon that. An important question to ask any new client is what they want their guests' experience to be. And this is really just the overall general vibe of the event, and it's also kind of the flow of the event. How does my host want their guests to feel when they walk in the room? How are they setting the mood? Is there a specific playlist? Are there specific appetizers? Is there a theme? What should guests be doing when they get there? Is this a dancing heavy event? Is this a very, somber and important event? It all comes down to having those important conversations with the client early on and really understanding and extracting from them how they want their guests to feel upon arrival. As an event planner, I want nothing more than to execute the event just right. I want my clients to walk away at the end of an event so happy that everything went well. All their vendors that they chose, including myself, were worth it. And all of that starts with just a simple question of asking the client how they want it to feel. What I'm taking down in writing and what I'm going to carry with me until perhaps the client changes their mind or tells me otherwise are things like preferred guest count, preferred dates, what is the budget that you want to stay within, what type of food and beverage are you hoping to have at this event, and what are the missing pieces in terms of vendors? Who do I need to help you find? Who do we need to reach out to? And what are the things that need to come together in order to get you what you want? All those other little extra details like menu items and playlists and guest lists and things like that, those can always come later.